name is Flash Isaac, and I'm a teacher from the future. The lecture is Uye's road to Damascus. Option A and B are obviously wrong because they try to give us literal explanation or literal interpretation of the sentence. The lecture being Uye's road to Damascus doesn't mean we are talking about Damascus as a literal place. If you are a Christian or you study the Bible or you've gone out, you might have heard a story of Paul's on his way to Damascus. And what happened? On his way to Damascus, he got an experience that changed his life. And in the process, from Saul, he became Paul. From that day, when we say on the way to Damascus or road to Damascus, we mean experience that will change your life, a life-changing experience. The lecture is Uye's road to Damascus imply that the lecture is an experience that changed the way she thinks. So we don't know whether it was the way she thinks or the way she behaves or the way she sleeps or whatever, but it simply means experience that changed her. Out of the 4 options, only C try to focus on change. Option D says the lecture is an experience that cannot be changed. The change did not happen to Damascus, it happened to Paul, which means the change happened to Uye, not to the lecture. That makes option D wrong. A, the lecture talks exclusively about Damascus. Wrong. B, the lecture is an opportunity to travel to Damascus. Wrong. C is the correct option. Ngozi has always considered her father to be an impassioned man. Ngozi has always considered her father to be an impassioned man. Now, for some persons, say impassion, they conclude that the father does not have passion, or the father is very strict, or the father is heartless. No. Some words are exactly how they appear or how you think they are. To be impassioned, impassioned, it means to be emotional, to be passionate, to be fervent. So to be impassioned means to be passionate, to be emotional, to be fervent. This implies that her father is an emotional man. Option D is the correct option. And here, you must not attend the end of the year party. You must not attend the end of year party. You must not attend the end of year party means it is necessary that you do not attend the party. We are not forcing you not to attend. We are not stopping you. We are not restricting you. But we are just letting you know that it is not necessary that you attend the end of the year party. In the end, you can choose to attend. You may choose not to attend. It's all yours to choose. But as far as we are concerned, it is not necessary that you attend the party. So it is necessary that you do not attend the party. Option A is correct, but let's analyze the other options. Option B says it is not necessary that you attend the party. It is not necessary that you attend the party. C, you do not have to decide whether to attend the party or not. D, you have to decide whether to attend the party or not. You must not attend the party. It means not attending the party is a necessity. So it is necessary that you do not attend the party. The police are looking for the woman who farmed her children out to her neighbors. To farm her children out to her neighbor, it means the woman allowed her children to be a nuisance to the neighbors. As seen in option C, the woman may be arrested for allowing her children to be nuisance to the neighbors. Option C is the correct option. The official or the official had allegedly been taking bribes. When we say allege or to allege, it means to accuse somebody of doing something without proof. So they said he's taking bribe, but nobody has utterly come to see, or no one has a proof, and he has not been caught. So how would you say he's taking bribe? So you just allege, no proof yet, but we feel he's taking bribe. Some people accuse the official of taking bribes. The official had been taking bribes without feeling any guilt. The official accused some people of taking bribes. It was proved that the official had been taking bribes. Option D is wrong because it wasn't proved. Option C is wrong because it was not the official who accused people. It was people who accused the official. Option B is wrong because it said that the official had been taking bribes without feeling any guilt. No one has been able to prove whether he had been taking bribes. So that makes option A the correct option. Some people accuse the official of taking bribes. Chike plays to the gallery whenever he meets a group of people. Chike plays to the gallery whenever he meets a group of people. Now, what does it mean to play to the gallery? Is it that Chike shows distrust and hatred to people? Does it mean Chike seeks cheap popularity? Does it mean Chike plays well with people at the gallery? And does it mean Chike likes to play with people? Let's assume you don't know what it means to play to the gallery. But when it comes to sentences interpretation, anytime you see an option that contains exactly what is in the question, or that has some elements of the things in the question, you should be scared, because interpretation doesn't require literal meaning. You need to know the hidden meaning. The fact that Chike plays to the gallery must not always mean there is physical playing or there is actually a gallery. It could be idioms or proverb. Chike plays with people and Chike plays well with people at the gallery should not be your option at all, because they repeat the words in the question. Actually, to play to the gallery means to act in an exaggerated way, to act in a way that you feel will make people like you, to act in a way that will give you cheap popularity. That is playing to the gallery. And Chike seeks cheap popularity is the correct option. That is what it means to play to the gallery. The next question says, the president said that he found himself between a rock and a hard place when the press said that he had resigned. The president found himself between a rock and a hard place. Let's look at the options. A. He dreamed that he was abandoned. He dreamed that he was abandoned. Option B. He thought that hard places were unsafe. C. Hard places are dangerous for the president. D. He had a hard decision to make. Option B and C, they try to give us a shallow meaning of what the sentence is about. Look at option C, says hard places are dangerous to the president. The fact that we are talking about a rock and a hard place does not necessarily mean a physically hard place. It has hidden meaning. So take note of all this, and they will help you do a lot of elimination when it comes to interpretation questions. To find yourself between a rock and a hard place simply means to be in a situation where it is hard for you to make decision. Any option you choose seems very, very hard. You are in a tight corner, a difficult situation. Look at this. The president said that he found himself between a rock and a hard place when the press said that he had resigned. So the president of Nigeria has resigned from office. Probably he didn't say that, so you get so confused. What do I do? So a tight corner, a situation where it is difficult for you to decide or even say anything. Option D is the correct option. Then the next question says, reading daily was plain sailing until I moved in with my friend. Reading daily was plain sailing until I moved in with my friend. It means reading daily was interesting. It was going well. Everything was fine. Then, when I moved with my friend, things began so rough. Life was sweet until I gained admission. It means before you get admission, life was very okay. But after admission, things begin to get bad. So that is the concept of this question. And option A says reading daily became difficult. Option B, it was easier to read. C, my friend taught me a different way to read. And option D, my friend joined me in reading. Reading daily was plain sailing. It was easy progress. It was not complex to do. But now I stay with my friend. So reading daily has become so difficult. Option A is the correct option. Desmond keeps asking everyone he comes across for a way forward. But I think the ball is in his court. Anyone Desmond sees, he will be like, bros, show me the way. Sir, show me the way. Show me way. What's up? What's the way? Show me the way. Desmond keeps doing that. But we are told that the ball is in his court. Which means instead of Desmond to be moving up and down, telling people, sir, show me way. What's up? What's the way? The way is actually within Desmond. His destiny is in his hands. What to do? The way is what he already knows. So it is left for him to pass through the way. It is supposed to be his decision, not looking outside. There is a gold in you. All you simply need is dig deeper. Let's take a look at the options. Option A says, I think Desmond is right to ask people for opinion. Is that what it means? That the ball is in his court? Option B, people's opinion matters, but Desmond shouldn't follow them. Option C, Desmond already knows the next step to take. Option D, it is up to Desmond to know the next step to take. Desmond keeps asking everyone he comes across for a way forward, but I think the ball is in his court. It means it is up to Desmond to know the next step to take, not looking out for people to show him. It is up to him. Look at this. You are looking for people to make you pass jump. But I think the ball is in your court. It simply means it is up to you to know what to do to pass jump. It is up to you to read, to study, to push harder. By following me, by hailing me, moving around with me, says, sir, show me the way. How do I pass jump? May not really make you pass jump. But if you focus on yourself, try to push to pass, then it will be easier for you to pass. Therefore, the ball is in your court. It means it is up to Desmond to decide on what to do, as seen in option D. Jerry and John live in each other's pockets. This means to live in each other's pockets, it means they are very, very close. There are some persons, when you see A, you see B. Anywhere they go, MTN. Now, those guys or those persons, they are bestie. They live in each other's pockets. So option D is the correct option. Now here says, if I visited England, I might go to Manchester City. This is a conditional statement. Conditional statement. If I visited England, I might go to Manchester City. Now, if I visited England, it means I did not visit England. If he visited England, it means he did not visit England. I might go to Manchester City. I might. It means I would, or I might decide to go to Manchester. It's not compulsory, but I might. There is chance that if I visited Manchester City, I will just go to England. Or if I visited England, rather, I will just go to Manchester City. But look at this condition. The condition was not met in the past. In the past, he was not able to visit England. So he did not visit England. Therefore, he could not go to Manchester City. Now, if I visited England, means I did not visit England. I might go to Manchester City. It simply means I did not go to Manchester City. So, option A says, whenever I visit England, I must go to Manchester City. Whenever I visit England is not an interpretation for if I visited England. Visited, not if I visit England. If I visited England, past. So I did not visit England in the past. And the second part of option A says, I must go to Manchester City. He said I might go to Manchester City, not I must go. Nevertheless, option A is wrong. Now, option B says, I could not visit Manchester City because I did not want to go to England. No, that is obviously wrong. He did not say he did not want to go to England. He couldn't make it. He did not go to England. As such, he could not visit Manchester City because the condition was not met. The condition for him to visit Manchester City was visiting England. And option C, I did not go to England and could not go to Manchester City. I did not go to England. Correct. That interprets the first part. And could not go to Manchester City. Yes, he did not visit England. He couldn't go to Manchester City. Option D, when I go to England, I could go to Manchester City. When I go to England. But this is already a condition that what did not happen in the past. You cannot go back in time to change the past. Somebody is trying to tell you what happened in the past. If I visited England. So, in the past, he did not visit England. And since he did not visit England in the past, he could not go to Manchester City. So, there is nothing you can do about that. Since we are talking about something that happened or that did not happen in the past. Past impossibility. That makes option C more accurate. My boss asked me to take my eyes off the ball. To take your eyes off the ball means to stop paying attention to the most important things. A question comes to mind. Why would his boss ask him to take his eyes off the ball? Surprising, right? Hey John, take your eyes off the ball. Stop focusing on the most important things. We don't know why. All we know is that his boss asked him to take his eyes off the ball. So what is correct is option C, I should stop paying attention to what is most important. Look at option A, option B, and option D. They keep repeating football, football, football. So interpretation, when you see words in the question repeated in the option, you should be worried. And there is 99.9% chance that they are wrong. Because we are not looking for the shallow interpretation, we are looking for the deep meaning. And our last question for today is, the dispute over the land acquisition has now come to a head. It means the problem has reached crisis. Trouble has put on kokoshu. Wahala has put on pampas. So the dispute of land over land acquisition has now come to a head. The problem has reached crisis. Kasala has burst. So option C is the correct option. So that is it. Would have been given the car if his father had not complained. Sule would have been given the car if his father had not complained. Now, Sule would have been given the car means Sule was not given the car. If I say you would have attended the ceremony, it means you did not attend the ceremony. Now, if his father had not complained, it means the father complained. This is a conditional statement. Conditional statements are statements where certain conditions or certain rules or certain things have to be correct for this to happen. If it didn't rain or if it doesn't rain, I will come. Isaac, Mr. Flash, will you come around tomorrow? Say, okay, if I am not tired, I will come tomorrow. Now, that conditional statement speaks of something that may still be possible. If I am not tired, I will come. It means there is high chance that I will come, but it is only if I am not tired. A situation where I say, if I was intelligent, I would have passed jam. In that case, I am no longer expressing a possibility or a present situation. I am telling you something that never happened in the past. If I went to London, I will see the Queen. So that is not something that will still happen. In the past, I did not go to London and I could not see the Queen. These are conditions. If this, then that. Now, in this case, Sule would have been given the car if the father had not complained. But the father obviously complained and Sule was not given the car. Option A, he wasn't given the car because his father complained. Option B, he was given the car because his father complained. C, his father complained about the car and he was given. And D, he was given the car even though his father didn't complain. Just the way we interpreted, he wasn't given the car and because his father complained. Option A is the correct option. My mom does a roaring trade in animal husbandry. My mom does a roaring trade in animal husbandry. To do a roaring trade in a particular subject, it means to be selling a lot of something, to make a lot of sales. That means my mom made a lot of sales in animal husbandry. There is a door at either end of the building. In English, either is used to tell us about two things. And either always go with or. Then neither is used to tell us two things as well. And it always goes, we should go with no. If I say either, it means out of A and B. If you give me A, I am okay. If you keep A and you give me B, I am okay. Neither means out of the two. If you bring A, I will not take. If you bring B, I will not take. So in either, you can choose one at least out of the two. But in neither, you are not choosing any one out of the two. It says there is a door at either end of the building. It means the building has two ends. Let's look at that. The building has two ends. A, the building has two ends, which is correct, and two doors. B, the building has two ends, but only one door. C, the building has many doors, many ends, each with a door. D, the building has two ends, but I do not know which of the two has a door. And the last question says, Olu gave his brother a bumpy ride. That means Olu gave his brother a difficult time. With this, Abdallah doesn't have to go to the farm today. Abdallah doesn't have to go to the farm today. Abdallah does not have to go to the farm today. That simply means the answer is in Abdallah's hand. She may choose to go to the farm. She may choose not to go. You can't stop her or you can ask her to go. We are not forcing her to go. We are not forcing her not to go. So, Abdallah may go to the farm if only she wishes. Abdallah doesn't have to go to the farm today. That is the meaning of this statement. Let's take a look at the options. Option A says, Abdallah should not go to the farm today. Should is a command. You should not do it. It means you are giving your own opinion. You are pushing what you think. But this is a neutral statement which leaves Abdallah to decide whether she wants to go to the farm or she's not going to the farm. Option D says, Abdallah must not go to the farm today. No. Then C says, Abdallah ought not to have gone to the farm today. Ought not to have gone. Option C is suggesting that Abdallah already went to the farm. Wrong. And D and A, they are more of command or pushing their opinion. But this statement is like, she doesn't have to go to the farm today. It doesn't mean she must not go to the farm, and it doesn't mean she should not go to the farm. It means Abdallah may go to the farm today if he so wishes, or if he doesn't want to found. So that is the meaning. And the next question: hardworking students should not have a finger in every pie at school. Hardworking students should not have a finger in every pie at school. That means hardworking students do not participate in all activities in the school. That is the meaning of having your finger in every pie in school. The students were advised to face their studies and let sleeping dogs lie. To let sleeping dogs lie means to leave matters as they are now. Don't bring out matter where there is no matter. Don't wake up, don't raise issues that we've already discussed. Let issues be. Let this be the way they should be. A says organize themselves properly. So option A is trying to tell us that the students were advised to face their studies and let sleeping dogs lie, mean they should organize themselves properly. Option B means leave matters as they are now. Option C, obey the authorities. And option D, be as watchful as sleeping dogs. Any option that gives literal meaning of the statement is always, or 99.9% of the time, not correct. So the fact that we are talking about letting sleeping dogs lie doesn't mean we really mean, or we are talking about a literal dog. To let sleeping dogs lie means to leave matters as they are now. Adawo is an imp. Adawo is an imp. Imp means nothing, mischievous, and rascal. So if Adawo is an imp, the best option should be Adawo behaves badly. That is the best interpretation for Adawo is an imp. Zinana's examination result was not unfavorable. Zinana's examination result was not unfavorable. If the examination was not unfavorable, or if the examination result was not unfavorable, it simply means it was unfavorable. If I say it was not bad, it means it was good, right? So it was not unfavorable. Was not negative, unfavorable, negative. Negative and negative will give you positive. So Adawo's result was favorable. And what does it mean for results to be favorable? It means you pass. If you don't pass the exam, then the result is not favorable. Let's look at the option. A. Her results could not earn her admission. We don't even know whether the result is for admission or normal class exam. So we shouldn't go that far. Option B. She failed her examination. If she failed her examination, that means it was not favorable. But in this case, it was favorable. Option C. She was successful in the examination. If she was successful in the examination, it means the examination result was favorable. So option C makes a lot of sense. And option D says her examination did not meet her expectation. Nothing like that. They didn't tell us anything like that. So favorable means it even met her expectation. If it didn't meet her expectation, then it's not favorable. Favorable means she was happy with the result and she passed the examination. Option C is most appropriate. And the last one. I owe you far less than you owe me. I owe you far less than you owe me. This means I owe you, but you also owe me. I owe you, you owe me. Far less than you owe me. Which means what I owe you is lesser than what you owe me. It means what you owe me is bigger than what I owe you. So therefore, you owe me more. That is the interpretation of the sentence. And let's see the options. A. What we owe each other is approximately the same. You are seeing less and you are seeing greater. That is an inequality. It is not showing equality. So it can't be the same since we are not showing equality, we are showing inequality. Option B. I owe you something, but you owe me much more. Option C. Your debt is not much greater than mine. Option D, my debt to you is greater than yours to me. Look at all the grammar, all the options. Option B is the most accurate. I owe you something, but you owe me much more. That is it. Then the next is, she stopped her education as her uncle left her in the lodge. To leave someone in the lodge or in the log simply means to refuse to offer the person assistance when the person needed it the most. So her uncle refused to help her. Therefore, she stopped her education. Now, since she stopped her education because her uncle refused to help her, it is actually sad. But in reality, the fact that someone refuses to sponsor you in school or refuse to help you in a particular area doesn't mean you should give up. In life, always try to strive, try to push, try to do one thing to support yourself. Don't always rely on people, because if at the end you are not educated, your uncle or your auntie or your brother or your sister, they will not be the ones to face the consequences of that action. You will be the one that will be an illiterate. So don't depend on people. Even as a jambite in life, the people you see that are promising you now, don't worry, will tell you, will help you, they will all fail you. By the time you are in 200 level, 300 level, help will almost cease. You just become on your own, nothing. Which that is, you need to strive. While in school, try to do things to support yourself. Learn skills, push yourself. Not just rely on school. I'm a full-time student, you are reading, you are reading. Because if you do that, no skill, no alternate source of income, when people fail you, you can't move forward. You feel sad for the rest of your time in school. So she stopped her education as her uncle left her in the lodge. Her uncle refused to let her ask questions. Try. With the introduction of crazy jeans in the market, most people seem to jump on the bandwagon. To jump on the bandwagon means to jump on trend. You see somebody removing belt, say I don wear belt, no belt gang. You see so many persons, confuse people, people who don't even take decision on themselves, people who are easily influenced. Anything they see, they do without asking themselves whether it is what they actually want. They just want to feel among. Now, they also put belt, they start moving without belt. In that case, you jumped on the bandwagon. You followed the trend. With the introduction of crazy jeans in the market, most people seem to jump on the bandwagon. So many persons are wearing crazy jeans. Option A, crazy jeans trend didn't last long among the people. Option B, few people wear crazy jeans. Option C, a lot of people are against crazy jeans trend. And D, crazy jeans are worn by a large number of people. Option D is the most appropriate option. The secretary said that the postponement of the meeting was due to unforeseen circumstances. Now, you are facing a meeting, then you notice that maybe people are planning, you are seeing it may rain or this may happen. Something bad that we don't expect may happen. We don't expect this to happen, but there is a high chance that something like this will happen. So since we are not sure or unexpected may happen, let's postpone this meeting. We are not sure. Or you are in the meeting, you are hearing certain sound, weather change or rumor. Just feel something we don't expect or we don't need might happen in this meeting. Let's push this meeting to next month to avoid things we don't want to happen. Now, option A, the meeting's date was put off for strange reasons. Strange reasons mean you've given a reason, you gave a reason, whether the reason makes sense or not, but you gave certain reason and the reason don't even make sense. Strange. Like saying, let's postpone this meeting. I feel like sleeping. An important meeting, because you feel like sleeping, you say let's postpone it. That is a strange reason. So it was not because of strange reason. B, the meeting broke off as a result of unusual difficulties? No. No difficulties yet, no problems yet, but we are avoiding something that may happen or a problem which we don't want. So the problem hasn't occurred yet. Option C, the date of the meeting was shifted as a result of unexpected reasons. And option D, the meeting was called as a result of obstacles hitherto unknown. The date of the meeting was shifted. The meeting was not called off. Called off means close the meeting, stop the meeting. So they didn't stop or call off the meeting. They simply shifted the date of the meeting. To postpone means shift date. That makes option C the most appropriate option. The last question for this class is, the Vice Chancellor is riding the crest of the last quarter of his administration. To ride the crest simply means the Vice Chancellor enjoys the acknowledgement of the success of his administration. Tosin was advised by his mentor not to put too many irons in the fire. This means that he was advised not to. Tosin had someone he looked up to, a mentor. One day, the mentor called Tosin. Mr. Tosin, do not put too many irons on the fire. Do not put too many irons on the fire. It means, Tosin, do not take more problems than you can cope with. Do not take more problems than you can cope with. Now, looking at option B, it says this means that he was advised not to be a blacksmith. C, he was advised not to play with fire. And D, he was advised not to hurt himself. Option B, C, and D, they try to give us shallow or literal meaning of the statement. And in sentence interpretation, any option that tries to explain the sentence exactly the way it appears is 99.9% of the time wrong. It says not to put too many irons in the fire. That doesn't mean it should be a blacksmith, or it means playing with fire, like literally, or to hurt himself. It means he should not take more problems that he can cope with. Don't take much problem that you can cope with. Don't engage in many things that you can handle. Don't iron is hot, is strong. Don't pack everything once. Don't do everything once. Do only the things you can cope with. Do only the things you can do comfortably. And the court brought out the fact that the selection were not free and fair. To bring out fact means to make something clear. The court brought out the fact that the selection were not free and fair. It implies that the court made it clear that the selection was not free and fair. It was not without problems. It was not without errors. It was not without flaws. A, the court explained that the election were not free and fair. B, the court made it clear that the election were not flawless. C, the court saw that the election were not properly concluded. And D, the court said that the selection were not rigged. The court brought out the fact. The court made it clear. The selection were not free and fair. It means the selection or the election were not flawless. They were flaws. So option B is the correct option. Stephen never ceases to rub John's failure in. To rub someone's failure in means to constantly remind the person of his or her failure. This implies that Stephen constantly reminds John of the latter's failure, as seen in option D. And the last question for this class is, the witness said he had no axe to grind with his brother. It implies that he had no hatred for the brother. The driver smelled a rat when the policeman asked him to stop. The driver smelled a rat when the policeman asked him to stop. Smell a rat. To smell a rat simply means to be suspicious. To be suspicious. The driver smelled a rat when the policeman asked him to stop, implying that the driver was so suspicious. He was suspecting the policeman. Are you sure this person is real? Are you sure this person is not trying to scam me? Is this a real police? I don't know. Should I stop? Should I not stop? So the driver was so suspicious. He was suspecting the person who asked him to stop. In any sentence, when you see smell a rat, it implies or it means to be suspicious. So that makes option A the correct option. And the next one says there should be a level playing field for women entering politics. A level playing field, which means everybody should be given equal opportunity or equal chance to compete. A. Women should not be allowed to enter politics. B. Special privileges should be given to women who want to enter politics. No, we are not talking about special privilege. Level playing ground means everybody should be playing on the same level. Everybody should be given equal rights. Everybody should be allowed to do the same thing. What is good for the goose should be good for the gander. Therefore, special privileges should be given to women who want to enter politics is not correct. And women should not be allowed to enter politics is not correct. C. Sports facility should be provided for women entering politics. This is trying to give us a literal interpretation. Like I always say and I keep saying, when it comes to sentences interpretation, the option that repeats what is in the question is 99.9% of the time not wrong, not right. Equal playing ground doesn't mean we are talking about football or we are talking about sports. So sports facility is totally uncalled for. Then option D, men and women should be able to compete in the political arena on an equal basis. Yes, men and women should be able to compete on an equal basis. You don't say a man should not say you are a woman, go to the kitchen. Who are you, a woman talking to me? No, let everybody compete. Let everybody be on equal ground. And the team's performance at the tournament plumbed the depth of horror. The team's performance at the tournament plumbed the depths of horror. It means the team's performance was full of disappointment. One thing I will not be complaining about in my new job is lack of excitement. It simply means I may be complaining of other things in the job. There may be other issues. But when it comes to excitement, no, I can't complain about that. There is excitement in the new job. The new job is exciting. Therefore, the job is exciting is the correct option. One thing I will not be complaining about in my new job is lack of excitement. The job is exciting. When the man was caught by the police, he presented a bold front. When the man was caught by the police, he presented a bold front. It implies that he faced the situation with apparent boldness. He wasn't scared, wasn't moving up and down. He was bold. Option B is the correct option. And the landlord is fond of throwing his weight about. The landlord is fond of throwing his weight about. To throw one's weight about implies the person is influencing others unduly. It means the landlord gives orders to people unduly. Because he's the landlord, he has the power, he can tell everybody what to do. He can keep commanding, says what he wants. That is what it means to throw one's weight around. It doesn't mean the landlord likes heavy exercise. It doesn't mean the landlord is overweight. So option B and C, trying to give us the literal explanation, makes them very, very wrong. And that is the beauty of interpretation. There is a chance that we always have two options to eliminate, leaving us with option D and A. The landlord is respected by his tenants. and the landlord gives orders to people. The landlord, and they didn't tell us about tenants, like specifically. It can be tenant, it can be any other person. So the landlord is fond of throwing his weight about, makes a lot of sense if interpreted as the landlord gives order to people. Jumai's father remarked that pigs would fly before she passed. Wow. In this case, it seems Jumai wrote so many exams, she keep failing. The father called Jumai, before you pass, pigs would fly. Then you ask yourself, can pigs actually fly? No. Is it possible for pigs to fly in the future? No. Where does that leave us? It means Juma's father has concluded that there is no way she is going to pass in this life again. She can't pass exams. Option A, he would have to bribe her teachers to enable her to pass. B, it would be possible to pass only if she worked harder. C, it would never be possible for her to pass. And D, she would have to cheat in order to pass. The father said that pigs would fly before she passed. Is it possible for pigs to fly? No. Will it be possible for pigs to fly? No. Even if pigs work hard, can they fly? No. Is this in their nature to pass? No. So the correct interpretation is that it would never be possible for her to pass, as seen in option C. Thanks for watching your one and only teacher from the future. I hope you found this class interesting. Feel free to check out the playlist for more amazing videos, and don't fail to install the Flash Learners application right now for notes, videos, and questions to meet all your needs. Subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out any of my sweet videos. See you in the next episode. Don't forget to tell everyone around about the Flash Learners. Bye.